Hello there, and you are now live in the deciding ace game between Loveness playing with counter-attacking tactics. That B4 baby is an option, and he's up against, of course, Nagano. This is the deciding ace game. It's on the snowy version of Faymanville, FYI, Snowmanville. I'm Matt, and I'm here today with Ed. Hey, Ed.
Hey Matt, welcome everybody as we join for the third game of this best of three installment to decide who's going to be the third place of this tournament overall. A lot of money involved between third and fourth spots, so it is worth finding out for. And Nico insta-locked in Fallschirmjäger's Dr. Matt, so ground forces Luftwaffe it seems.
Love it. It's got that beautiful gun, by the way. You can actually see that gun, if you notice, on this screen right here. Let's bring it up. It's the tactical map, just below my cursor. That's the Fallschirmjäger Gewehr 42, one of the best guns ever made. And a lot of people think that. Had really good recoil, Ed. It comes straight into your shoulder, no left, right, up or down, and it fires for
Could have fooled me from Call of Duty United Offensive when you try and fire that thing on full auto. It just reaches the sky, but in this game, yeah, it definitely is.
No, in real life, honestly, go on YouTube. Just treat yourselves to watching a minute's worth of FG. I'll allow you. Just don't listen to me, Ed, for a minute. Go watch an FG42 firing. It's so cool. It was way before its time. A lot of weapon systems from this era were great from all countries. Don't worry, I'm not a Naziophile or anything, but no, the FG42 was a treat. It was a really cool weapon system. Sturmgewehrs of the Sturm Pioneers push in. The SVTs of the Penal Battalions defend. Not a good push for Nico there. He lost two very expensive Soldaten.
Yeah, Loveness locking in the car of the clown variety as he decides Tier 1 is still his method of madness to defeat this OKW Scourge. And this is a late retreat with the Penals. Finally gets it in. Yeah, man. Tier 1, it didn't work out for Loveness against OKW last time. Goes for it again. Doesn't have to face that old radio silence ability. But will come up stuck against Fallschirmjägers, I think, with just Penals. So perhaps Shock Troops will have to swing the balance back in favour of Loveness later on in the game.
There he goes. He finds his prey after a minute's hunt. And of course he knows he's just going to gun them down. That's very much more like Naked Gun or Benny Hill this now. It's not very much a World War II simulator, put it that way.
Oh, Naked Gun. How I want to watch this series again.
Fourth folks in the build, of course. Penal Battalions are waiting to be joined by comrades. Loveness has floated a little bit of manpower there. I'm hoping for his sake that isn't a sign of wilting resilience.
No, I think it's just tough on Faymanville. We saw Isildur control the mid and pivot off that and attack the opponent's fuel, and I think Nico's going for the same strat here as the left-hand fuel historically is usually the north player's fuel point, but Nico trying to disrupt that as he cannot hold the north fuel himself. And there we go, the flamethrower pop inside the building as well. Stern Power's unable to push that, and once they fix up that M3, they'll be on the road again.
Well, it's very much heads talking because the house is burning you down.
Oh god. And people call us cringe.
They call me cringe. I'm the cringe master. I think it's funny. People clip me on Discord and say, "A is so cringe." And I'm thinking, yeah, that's my Resin Dartra. That's me.
Thanks.
Cheers, bro. Stern Pioneers behind a tree. The SVT rifles focus fire the high priority squad, of course. But they're attacked from three angles right now. And Focus Grenadiers use this as an opportunity to close the distance. Much like I pointed out Loveness did in that previous game for us casual or mid-rank, low-rank players. It's a great tactic to do. And you make full utility of it there. 3rd Penal Battalion pushing in.
Yeah, big committal to get those pushes off from Nico, so he had 3 squads to dispatch the Penals there. Sent them home a running, but at what cost, Matt? A lot of HP damage to his squads. He's going to have to play it a bit safe as his cutoff is getting capped here from Loveness with that annoying little clown car crew. They're going to zip away. I think it's overall net gain here for Loveness.
There's an overall net gain, and here we go. The M3 burning those Stern Pioneers to a bloody crisp. Never
Mega
said
wipe
crisp.
as well. We just said earlier it's the low HP, and when you got a flamethrower on your retreat path, that's not a good combo. I think the M3's little machine gun does help out a lot on dropping those models, because the flamer does the damage, and then the precision is in the 30 cal fire, and yeah, down goes Stern Pirates already, and the Volks get hella low. Bit risky stuff here from Nico early, and first blood for Love Nest.
Bloody crisp is not a Flavor Walker's offer.
Coming to Sensations Variety Pack soon.
Burnt German. But we do have Penal Battalions. They've got 5 kills. That's pretty good. That's the MVP Penal so far. Good enough. Maybe they'll actually see life in the conventional Red Army.
Yeah, it's weird how like the Gulag prisoner-esque combat unit are so good at this game. You know, like usually I would have thought they'd be like the throwaway conscripts, but they are expensive, as we mentioned earlier. 27 manpower pop, so you don't want to be trading and losing them too much to Volks. But here comes the flak half-track without fixie support, so Loveness will be able to put some pressure on this, especially if he gets the PTRS squad upgraded.
It's one of the main reasons this game misses the mark so fiercely as a study of Second World War military. You know, they make out the Russians are just spamming human wave tactics when the Germans did it just as much with OSS battalions, but the Germans actually pioneered the penal battalion in the Second World War. They had ex-prisoners and people that were shown cowardice on the battlefield were all grouped together in penal battalions, and Stalin liked the idea, and he, in one of his orders, his famous 1941 orders, which there's quite a few actually are pretty dark and grey area, let's say, he copied Hitler basically and said, let's make some penal battalions, and that's where they come from.
Yeah, I mean, you saw them on D-Day as well. A lot of them manned the MGs, and as soon as the Allies got on the beach, a lot of them stopped firing because they were Russians being forced to fight for the Germans in those POW units. But here we go. There's nothing forced about this from Loveness. He's well up for the fight, mining and barbed wire and the fuel sandbag there, just to make sure that if you take any green cover, it's going to come as a cost for Nico. And again, it's that double whammy of no Stern Pioneer, so no sweeper. He knows every mine that he lays down for just 30 munitions is going to do work to Nico's troops.
Guys, you may be experiencing quality issues if you're watching this live on Twitch. You've got 2 options. You have to keep as a viewer because we need Twitch to notice us and give us codecs. The old trick of restarting doesn't seem to work anymore. And or watch this on YouTube later on. There are 2 options. You'll have full quality assistance there later on if your internet isn't up to snuff.
I think there's a third though, Matt. Audio only. ASMR code 2 for you.
And you have to blame me. I put an oatcake, which is a English Staffordshire flimsy kind of like tortilla for savoury food, like bacon and eggs. I put it in a toaster, and it short-circuited the house's electricity, and I lost my stream. So blame me. I tried for a quick snack, and I ended up just deleting the stream. So yeah, blame me entirely.
If you weren't from Stork, we would have had a chance. But oh, 1080p is fine for both.
Smoke bombs his way in. We've got the Raketenwerfer trying to get shots in, but the T-70 bypasses. However, there it is. Was that a Faust? Yes, it was. A Faust in the rear. And the Raketenwerfer. This is a shot blocker right here. Loveness is going to take good advantage of that. He's going to get the penal battalions to come in around the side here. He's got units coming in from all angles. T-70 backs away. PTRS needs these shots. He can attack ground with them thanks to the winter balance mod, should he need to.
Yeah, very quick alertness there from Loveness to...
It goes down. There was a mine there.
Oh, yeah. It's that sneaky little mine all along. Wasn't swept because of double flamethrower throws from Loveness. Ballsy and yeah, T-70 down. That's a huge comeback for Nico. After losing the Stern Pyros, he can rebuild them now. Help repair up this flak half-track, and a sniper will be the choice for Loveness.
Sniper is going to be out. And yeah, it's a Loveness sniper. It's famous, a very good map for the sniper to operate. And you have this area here, this area here. You'll see the sniper jump in between the two. And You know, you got the PTRS. Usually you'd want conscripts, though, with the AT nades to offer that blanket of snaring ability, just to keep the sniper safe. In this case, Loveness is going to have to be hot and heavy on the micro, and he's going to have to be really active to keep it away from those Sturmgewehrs and the Sturm Pioneers.
As a Penal's going to go down,
yes!
does get taken down by the Volks on the retreat path. Great pickup there for Nico. No radio silence needed on that one, Matt. So no excuses.
And for the Mother Russia, it's been clicked by Loveness. So talking of one-click abilities, this sniper is sprinting into combat.
It's funny how it works on all support units as well. So yeah, gets a huge shield of Gondor above its head. So be blessed, sniper, be blessed. I love the winter camo adapts with the soldiers as well. Such a good foresight for this game.
As long as he's not in the American Deep South, he gets a pass by me. He's just camouflaging for the occasion. Very Call of Duty-esque, wasn't he? Sprinting into action there to get his one-shot, no-scope 360 kill off.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us and haven't played the game for 3 years, there is no 2 models now for Soviets, so it's just 1 sniper model each per faction. But well, I say per faction. OKW do not get one, so it's a bit of a dirty blow for Nico. He has to deal with a sniper here now without any counter snipe option himself directly. But a good old Fallschirmjäger on hold fire in cover could spring a nasty surprise later on in the game.
I mean, in casual play, you'd see a satchel here, but you're not going to see it at this standard.
It's a bit of a,
go on, what's that, sorry?
Bit of an insult, isn't it, at this level to just lob a
yeah, they would never do
squads
it.
Yeah,
but sure me and my micro brain, and I'd be, oh yeah, satchel time, woo!
Try him every time, you never know.
You never know, exactly.
Brain AFK in the
snipers looking low! Who got some shots off there? It was this Volksgrenadier over the wall, and he retreats before he gets headshotted himself. Nice work by Nagano. Don't forget, guys, that Loveness had to come through this very same map assortment yesterday. Bayo, then Faymanville, against Isildur, and it was Faymanville where he came up against the Cernus test. It was this build order, the same build order from Isildur that just dominated the centre, used the flak truck to... but here we go. This is what he needs to do. He needs to break through this hard defence. He dodges a Raketten shot. PTRS are coming in, Ed. Can he get the killing blows?
Dodge is a subjective term, I think. The Raketten misses either way, and his only dedicated AT of Loveness going ham on the half track. I think he has to back out though. He's going to take too much damage otherwise. Does pop the overdrive, gets the hell out of dodge, using the road for extra speed. Good push there from Loveness, just showing that even though he doesn't have much dedicated AT, he can still cause Nagano some troubles, as Nagano's manpower now. So
just
low.
went in. He just went in for one shot there with the PTRS, and he gets it off. And yeah, I think adjectives are a great way to reveal caster bias. As try as I might to be unbiased. When I say great dodge, when it's clearly an RNG miss, you know which way. You know which way where AE, not the caster. Yeah, I would like to see this go.
But one crucial difference though between Isildur and Nico's build. Instead of MGs, he's gone for double Raketten. I mean, this is double Raketten versus an M3. I think a bit of a misses clickers there from Nico. He could have pressed R instead of retreat on a unit, and you build a Raketten. So it'd be funny to see if that was the case.
In classic keys, definitely.
It happened a lot to me, yeah. But yeah, double Raketten doesn't seem to play against this build at the moment. You would have loved an MG in the mid-house or something. But yeah, Sniper survives on a pixel of HP. He's going to get healed up. And there's a Zivs gun now, so tier 2 has been teched for Loveness. And it's game on. It's first person now to that arms race between who can get some medium armor out or heavy tanks.
Jibber jabber with the jabs in chat saying, fun fact, Nagano considers counterattack a bad doctrine. I'll say something about Nagano. One of the greatest players of all time, but he has some... interesting opinions when it comes to balance. Very Imperial Dane-esque at times. Anyway, we've got the M3 pushing through. And the Faust coming.
Missing again.
No, Loveness dodged again. That was incredible. Like Muhammad Ali of the M3 world out there.
Slip and sliding with the M3. Oh. Tries to come up with some. You can't attack ground whilst in the vehicle, so it's gonna be hard to take out that flak half track with the old M3 style. But he's doing his best to make it work. Fair play to Livness.
Another mine there. That was a good one. Sniper's nowhere to be seen though. Could have got the kill perhaps. Meanwhile, we've got Boats currently as Vanilla pushing in against the Zis as the penal battalion.
Yeah, getting scared of his Zis crew. Feels bad, man. Volks about STGs. Can't take on that fight, but flak half track still doing work. Working his way up to Vet 3. Where it gets a bit more potency.
Yeah,
and yeah, just interesting build order. Will we see a B4 from Loveness? Because the map's very short, gonna get good cooldowns, and maybe Nico says he doesn't like counter-attack tactics just because of he's probably lost a few games to the old Baolang B4, perhaps.
Ed, what is your school of thought on firing the B4? Do you center target, or do you try and go a little bit to the left or right of where you want to hit?
Right on the button is so long as you got vision. Is what I.
Really? Is that what you go for? I always go for slightly to the right.
If you got the plane, you need a lot of munis with this doctrine, it seems, because you got a spot with the plane, and so long as you can get that up and take out this AA, then when it's got vision, it's so accurate. It's so punishing. It can one-shot a P4, even the OKW variety, and yeah, it's Nico. If it does come to it, when the B4 shoots, it's got to push up and try and take it out with
valiantly assaulting Love Nest right now. The sniper's backing away using that speed. And look at his satchel! Has he seen it? Got half a second. He gets some good health damage. Could have been a lot better.
Last second dodge there. Nerves of steel from Nico. That was a very calm sidestep of a hella explosive satchel. It tries to take down the penal. They're going to have enough HP just to live out, but can get the decap off. Instead, he goes for the green cover. He's going to get churned up by the base defenses. This is a misplay here from Nico. Wasted opportunity there to get a nice decap. I think with those two squads, he would have won the engagement against the PTRS Penal, especially backed up by the flak track. It's just those little millimeter differences that add up along the race of this Code 2 game.
Certainly does in the manpower economy thing, sway of the world. But the Von Ivan school of thought is you lose men, but you gain resources. He's got double fuel right now, Ed, and that means his Schwerpanzer headquarters will be set up in no time. In fact, it's setting up right now, and he's gotten the fuel to upgrade that bad boy ASAP. 30 you only need these days, and then he's straight on with the Panzer IV. So yeah, the assault looks amateurish, but you've got to consider what he's gaining on the map elsewhere, in my opinion.
No, I'm just saying at this top level, yeah. Slight change. He could have disconnected the munis, but just nitpicking, I guess, from me. And here we see another from Mother Russia getting that buff. This Volk's gonna do it. It's got one hell of a retreat path to go through. Get sniped in the neck. Take him down, Legolas. As Penals pick up the kill, and that's a big loss for Nagano.
Still only counts as one.
Yeah, but these Penals with flamethrower backup, double flamer backup, and the sniper picking away, it's gonna be rough for Nagano's infantry, especially when he's just lost his 4 folk. That cushion blanketing 4 folk, which you build knowing you're probably going to lose 1 in the game, and still got 3 mainline infantry units still.
This is the counterpoint to the Ed argument, and I was only being, what's it called when you disagree for the sake of a devil's advocate. If you survive an assault with not much manpower attrition, you just wait to see, if you play well, how quickly you recapture the map. And that's what Love Nest has done time and time again against aggressive players like, we'll mention him again, Von Ivan, for example. He looks like he's on the back foot, and he is, but it's calculated. He doesn't lose much manpower, and before you know it, let's go to the graph. He springs back on that points held graph rapidly. Look at that blue line. So Nagano's big assault, Love Nest bides his time, and he launches straight back in. Whilst we're here, let's check out the KD. It's very fair and equal out there, and also army value. We'll just have a quick look, but you've got the flak emplacements to think about there.
Yeah, I think the sniper's having a big say on that KD for the Soviets, as well as the Penals. I mean, his commitment to Tier 1 is definitely strong in this one. His Loveness seems to love it and prefer it. It's been historically bad for him over the last 2 days, but this one he finally seemed to found the sweet spot. Maybe with this doctrine, he hasn't even had to utilize shock troops. saving the manpower to get his tier 4 building down, and out onward would roll the KV1 hopefully.
Yeah, possibly. It's always a good option. Panzer 4, of course, is kind of nullified by the KV1 because the KV1 brings with it the AT guns that are behind it. KV1's obviously a big distraction. Panzer 4 is left just focusing on it and not actually doing that much lasting damage. Let's give it a hype intro though. It is, of course, the OKW Panzer 4 and looking like a grey slug on the battlefield.
Very smooth skin though. No razzle and dazzle, just sheer metallic mac paint. As see the flak half-track just pounding away on the middle only house on Famenville, but no effect. Pokemon style.
In this case, we're going to have to take that penal battalion back to the Poke Center as the Panzer 4 is looking for blood. The sniper's recalled, but this penal battalion is left exposed. Zis gets a cheeky shot in. Can the Panzer 4 finish the job? He's going to get the refuge of the Special Rifle Command to help him in his pursuit. Penal battalion's back away looking for their own refuge. And they reinforce a model, but it does not matter. That's just another lamb to the slaughter. And the wolves are at the door. Here they come right now, howling.
Yeah, great push and timing window for Nico. While Loveness does not have any medium armor to defend this attack off. He's just got one Ziz gun, but it's getting plinked away from. And that's going to be his Vet 3 Flamer going down. Great push there from Nico.
Was indeed, and Boats Grenadiers forced away, all of which now Veterancy 5, accounting for their fallen comrades with better efficiency of their own.
But a massive retreat there again from the infantry of Nico. Could have just done some decapping and capping on the way back. Must be mindful of manpower. I think he wants to save up to bring in the Fallschirmjägers, bolster some of this anti-infantry, as his double Vagetten, which has nothing to fire at as of yet, is kind of just restrained him a bit in terms of his anti-infantry capabilities. But great push, great use of for the fatherland, and it's fatherland versus motherland, and yeah, both abilities are getting a lot of wipes for each player.
It certainly seems to be that North Famenville having to cross this road and get into this area here is just a little bit more of a struggle overall, and a lot of people are starting to feel that South Famenville is advantageous. Not to say it's the reason Nagano is currently in the ascendancy, but just food for thought there. Food for thought. Going to do a map competition this year, Ed. That's another thing that planning. Do you know, we did some amazing maps last year. And Mill Road came on leaps and bounds. Bayo came on. Bacage, loads of other good maps. Amelie Fields was a masterful little new map we saw, but I want to see some new ones. I want to see like this new mentality of 3 VPs in a row and nice open areas.
Bring back the trick map as well with 2 VPs.
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
7-hour games inbound.
What about that road map? That was just a big highway in the middle of the road with elevation everywhere. That was good. I want that one.
Oh yeah, it was an auto match. I remember testing that with Fortune, helping out. I got absolutely smashed, but hopefully there's some map testing for it.
Hopefully we're listening to O Fortuna at the same time.
Yeah, but onwards and upwards back to the game here with some Obers selected in. So it won't be the Fallschirmjägers that I thought Nico would go for. So interesting choice here. Prefers Obers perhaps with the LMG, longer range, hold and green covers that is abundant on this map. And yeah, Vet 3 half track. It's going to have some good anti-infantry prowesses. Loveness only has 2 dedicated penal squads, and one of them is not too great against infantry with the PTRSs.
Look at Ricky in chat. Keep the mapping to the mappers. I'm saying I'm doing a competition. I'm not making a map. And plus, you were only a map maker as of like last year with your first map, Mill Road. Anyway, let's get back on board with the action as it unfolds.
Hostile takeover from the pistol.
It is indeed.
We're out of business, man.
We're out of business indeed. So the penal battalions in the mansion as the Stern Pioneers fire across the Volkswagen Beetle against them. Zis and combat engineers having to do what penal battalions did before them. Because there's no infantry, because Loveness wants that KV1 most likely, and he has it. But does he want another? He could actually afford 2. Ed, he has enough fuel to save for another right now and just have double KV1s. Imagine that.
Dude, that actually reminds puts my brain back to GCS1. Did we see
Really?
double KV1 call? They were calling then, and I remember Von Ivan just YOLOing into helping Hans's base with double KV1, so could get the old what's that word where you remember something and it comes back and happens again?
Deja vu.
Deja vu, yeah, thank you. Excuse my French.
So Love Nest here could go for another KV1. Imagine that, Ed.
Well, he hasn't though.
You did. Come on, man. It's a deja vu joke. Get on my level. Get on my level. He's gone for the SU-85. He's much more sensible than noobish old AE. Oh, why does he get 7 of these? I want more of those. No, he's gone for the strong option, which is a tank destroyer. Let's keep this esports ready, Ed. He's not listening to our casual noob vibes.
Actually trying to cast for once in my life, man.
You're doing a great job, mate. You're doing a great job.
At the downside of any other trolls and lols. Damn,
I'm a little bit scared that we've got a best of 5 grand finals to come, and I'm feeling it after this best of 3 third place. I'm gonna have to crack AE's casting juice out, aka single malt whiskey, as the Focus Grenadiers push forward valiantly. The KV1 looks to smite them, but the Rakettenwerfer gets decrewed. Meanwhile, the SMG is raining havoc upon him as the Zis gun is possibly about to be decrewed. No, KV1 to the rescue. Another Rakettenwerfer ready to fire. Penal Battalion in dire need of refuge. Has to run the gauntlet. Sturmgewehrs blazing. Now here's the Maxim's turn to die.
Oh, Penal does go down for the Fatherland. He's doing so much work with the Vet 3 Stern powers. Maxim dies. Zis gun dead. Penal dead. Oh, who's alive for Love Nest? He's doing a little road call.
Oh my gosh.
What squads he can use, but both have clicked the ability here, and it's Motherland and Fatherland just all infantry sprinting around the map. There's
so important there, Ed. It was so important. He needed to get the Penal Battalion to cover for those 2 support weapons. If he didn't do that, he could have been out of this one. As it is, he can hopefully, for him, recrew these weapons. He's had to do it with Penal Battalion, so 27 reinforce on that Zis gun now. But he's gotten it back at least. Oh no, the Raketten did get the finishing blow on the other one, so his army size is heavily nerfed.
Yeah, he could go for the old pyro spam now just to get some units back on the field. Build a B4. He's got the fuel for it, but no, he clicks in the shock. So finally, Love Nest utilising some shock troops for the first time today. And Nico is going to have to keep on guard with them. But yeah, double Rakettens, they've been quiet for all the game. Nothing to shoot at. Suddenly, we're in full voice there.
Oh, sorry, my bad. He did have this Zis. No, that is the Zis he needs to pick up. Yeah, of course. This Maxim was recruited. So he does get the 2 support weapons. See what I mean? I'm getting a little bit fatigued now. 3rd game. Massive games so far. And
yeah, this has got to be one of the best of 3s for 3rd place map that we've ever seen. I remember historically, you know, certain players just kind of think, 3rd place playoff. It's not too much to worry about. But you must have tricked them into thinking Master League points are Bitcoins or something, because they're slugging it out hard for this win.
T4 has also gone down for Nagano. It was here, so in the maelstrom of aggression there, we did see Love Nest focus fire it, whilst so much was happening. And so he did get a win in the end, but he did lose half of his army in doing so. But that's the full picture, using a little bit of aircraft crash investigation tools at our disposal, aka chat members. Thank you, chat.
I mean, replacing Penals with shock troops is no bad thing for Love Nest. And now it does get double combat engineers, so did go for it. So his army comp is not too compromised. Excuse the pun, but what is happening is just the flak half track in combination with these double Raketten bodyguards is causing Love Nest a lot of issues when trying to cap or get back on the field.
Indeed, and it's not what you build, Ed, it's how you use it, and Love Nest had a terrible display of use there with the shock troops, showing a little bit of fatigue perhaps. SU-85 overextends, Panzer IV goes in and gets a good shot on it. Needs 2 shots to finish though, and it's not going to do that, and the SU-85 gives it a parting blow. Meanwhile, these Rakettenwerfers are going ham on the KV-1, forcing that away. Nagano, by the way, Ed, he's not been able to really capitalise on the victory point situation just now as he capped this southern one.
Yeah, it's the Penals nearly get dropped there from max range of the Flak half-track doing so much damage now at Vet 4. Pretty much MVP for Nico this game. But he doesn't have a tier 4 mat. He's going to have to painfully... Yeah, he's rebuilt it, but I don't know if it's authorized again. That is a big blow to Nagano. A lot of manpower, but he's back in a position where he just pops that upgrade, and then he can get another P4 out to help the cause.
He needs it as well. Vet 5 Folks Grenadiers signalling, of course, Rakettenwerfers are in pursuit, but they nearly die for the Reich in trying to get vision there. But we do almost have a triple cap. The Obers are going to solidify it, and Rakettenwerfers are attack grounding the base exit of Love Nest. Going to keep him at bay for a while longer.
And it's just 2 snaring frontline infantry left for Nico, so be interested to see if he tries to rebuild his infantry forces a bit more before going for, say, a Panther, but it does look like he's floating the resources to save up for that said Panther, and against an Su-85, that extra HP pool on the medium or heavy tank, whichever you want to call it, is definitely useful in this situation here.
My dog smells blood. In the battlefield, she comes in and tries to jump on my chair and lick the side of my face. Very helpful when you're casting a game, of course.
K9 casting.
And a big shout out to Chihuahua Charity in chat, of course, a big famous B4 user. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Love Nest go for that option this time. Instead, a lot of recon. Let's check that out. Oh, that's Love Nest. That's a fail. You have to do the relic shuffle. There you go, and then you see what he can see. Smoke bombs, though, on the advance for Love Nest, so that's not going to help him.
Yeah, bit fail here from the AA half-track, not taking down the spy plane immediately. Sometimes it does get in the wrong position in the traversion of the gun. Can't take out the plane, but surely it should be able to do it now without too much trouble. There we go. Flames ensue, and goodbye spy plane. That's 60 munitions down the drain for Love Nest. But
can't afford it either.
trying everything at the moment. Yeah.
They're throwing at everything at Nagano except for the kitchen sink, and might as well get the spanner out and throw that now, because, as I say, Nagano's got a heavily vetted OKW army, and I have to say, a disadvantage for Love Nest here in this situation is he does not have a conscript-based build. Everyone knows that conscript tier 4, especially tier 3 with the 7-man cons, it just has so much efficiency.
Yeah, that's why it was so hard to kill off the game for Love Nest last match, I think. It was because of the conscripts over Pinos into the late game. Transition very well, really useful when merging as well, and helping out weapon support crews get home. But am I sensing a little bit of a KT stall here from Nico?
You're sensing the possible beginning of the end as the Panzer IV blitzes into action, looking for the killing shot on the Su-85. He gets it, and he can reverse away scot-free. KV-1 pursues, but at what cost? We've got a Faust threatening. Panzer IV bounces the shot there, but we do have a sneaky AT shot across the front of the house.
P4 just about gets away. That's a glorious dive, though, from Nico. Notice the AT gun was out of position and made Love Nest seriously pay for that. That's the Su-85. Long ranger effort down now from the AT support of Love Nest. You'd like to see Nico try and push on from this, but the KV-1 Vet 2 mat is still quite the immovable object, and the Raketten did go down in the flurry of activity there. So we're going to see the Panther choose, so it's no KT hype just yet, but the Panther's going to be locked in for Nico, and Love Nest could build some T-34s or save for another KV-1 and get the double KV-1 hype, but I think he may just have to bite the bullet and go back to rebuild that Su-85.
Are there any Ruskies in chat that can tell us what it says on the side of that KV-1, please? I'd love to know. Oh, shock's in the house. That's not a good house to be in. I don't even know how it's suspended right now. It's using quantum mechanics to stay alive. The chimney breast is still intact, but not much else. Oh, and the Zis was capping and caught off guard by that free-firing MG34 from the hip.
Yeah, that's always made me wonder how they could just waft that thing around like a pistol and fire on the move.
Wasn't the Wehrmacht infantry field manual, apparently. That
fair play, anyone who could do that in real
yeah,
life.
I mean, you
Seems
have
hard.
you have
With an
Arnold
MG belt.
Schwarzenegger holding the MG from the hip, and the other guys follow him with the belts of ammunition.
Yeah.
And apparently it was a tactic. Famously as well in the film Aliens, they used MG42s as the infantry. Do you remember they had that harness on?
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of the film Aliens, of course. Oh, he smokes the entrance of the Panther. He's looking for KV blood here.
I think Loveness is crying out for a heroine like Sigourney Weaver to help out at anything here as he goes to the double KV1 hype instead. So it's going to be 2 big chonkers coming in. And let's see how Nico can deal with these absolute bounces of heavy tank armor as he goes for another P4 instead to close out his hubcap.
Talking of heroines, he might want some heroin because he's bleeding out right now. Anything to dull the pain. Get him some morphine, because Love Nest is in dire straits and urgent need of something to help out. And what he is going for is finally, as Noob Casual AE said, he needs 2 KV1s, double the chunk, double the thickness, thick thighs, save lives. And here it is, a second KV1, straight from the war factory of the Ural Mountains.
Yep, Scorched Earth by name in this tournament and by nature as they rebuilt, took brick by brick all the production factories in the war to rebuild the empire and get the tank production singing again. And Loveness is reenacting that perfectly here, whereas he's bleeding out of VPs, Matt, so infantry-wise and with the shock troops, I think he's got to get utilising them a bit more and sneak in a few VP decaps, because this is really good stuff here from Nico.
He's got the 2 combat... Oh, he needs to keep this Vet 3 combat engineer alive. It's vital to his KV1 forces. And it dies! Does it? Can it survive? That is a vital unit right now. Without that, the KV1s don't stand a chance. They need to be repaired by Vet 3 units. Shock troopers dying in the north.
What HP does it have, that engine?
Oh, Loveness sees the writing on the wall as the shock troops fall. And he knows he's done for. GG, well played. Nagano is your 3rd place for this tournament, gets $100 extra and 2 extra Master League points for future tournament seeding. Well played to Love Nest as well. And that's it, guys. Well played. Nice series there. That was lovely stuff.
Yeah, well closed out there from Nagano. Thought it would be a bit shaky. I kind of was favouring Loveness for the 3rd game, but just showing you his tier 1 builds this patch or whatever he's been patched, and I think has not worked out too well for him. But that's no discredit to Nagano, who just took the reign and kept that pressure on. Lost his Sternpires as the first blood went to Loveness, but ever since that, he was strong. Double Riketten, and did work against the armor of Loveness. GG, well played for Nico. Thoroughly deserved.
I completely agree, Ed. Completely concur. It was a good series, and I am tired. I've got my casting methodology is all about performance enhancing drugs. I wasn't advocating heroin use, by the way. Heroin is the street name for dimorphine, which is, of course, what they use to help soldiers when they're dying, you know. Anyway, what I do advocate, though, is caffeine for the first half of the casting stream, whiskey for the second half, Ed. So I've got another... I'm not going to live past 55.
Cast, let's go.
I'm not going to live past 55, I know that much.
Alcoholic tantrums now. No. We'll see how it goes. Best of 5. Matt's Loki praying for a 3-0 stomp. but I'm sure Seeking and Isildur have something to say about that.
I'll be alright, I'm sure. I just want to see what I've got on this camera over there. Oh my god, do you remember when I was trying to advocate fitness? That's a thing that happened. That's cringeworthy.
No, I don't.
I definitely don't. Not with my current physique, I'll put it that way. Just somebody's requested something in chat. I'm gonna make his day a reality. Hang on a second. I can only do this live. Sorry, guys. I know it's not very professional, but screw you. All right, where's that? There it is. All right, we got that for later now. That's good. Nice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Little
clocked
sneak
it.
peek there. Yeah.
Yeah, you clocked it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Whetting the appetite for the future. You did say there's some sort of announcement today.
Oh,
Matt,
should we do some announcements? That's a good idea. Let's go
You're just
full
coming
on.
out of the closet again, or
Yeah.
double guitar.
That's like that
though.
scary movie too. Pat, can you wear the American football costume again, please? You know, remember that guy in Scary Movie that gets his girlfriend to dress like a man?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I didn't know you had 2 guitars now. What the hell did you double up?
I got the 12 string. I got the Yamaha. I got the Telecaster, and I got the new bass guitar, which I'm really bad at playing, Ed. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Acoustic bass is harder though
Oh,
than
is
normal.
it? I sound too
hard on
twangy,
your
but
fingers,
it's
but there you go. Perfect for the little duchies and chat. Little
Try,
green
mate,
back.
try
I
and-
love it.
That's
That's fine.
You have to press harder,
good
though.
shit.
And, mate, slap bass. Oh my god, I watched a flea tutorial. It's just like, yeah, just pop it. I'm like, doink. Didn't make the same noise.
Yeah, I tried it, but I never really got good at that. Slap at the bass. Just
When,
stuck to the bass bitch 6 string.
Did you? Yeah. You're a much better guitarist than I. You play with soul. I play with tabs and like 2, 3, 5, 6,
I
7.
play by ear and wing it. I haven't
Yeah.
learned properly, so not classic.
Well, next time you come up to Stoke and Poke, you know, we're gonna have hot pot, play guitars, watch Coke.
Yeah.
You know, sometime in 2027, I guess.
Yeah, sounds good. When we're in tier 49 of lockdown, where lockdown doesn't exist anymore, it goes so far one way, it comes out the other spectrum. Who knows what we've got in store for 2021? But what we do know today, got another best of 5 coming up, folks. So don't go away. And it'll be Seeking against Isildur, who has just raffle stomped his way through to the finals. But if anyone can stop him, I think Seeking with some good old Teddy McBlob action, charging towards the cutoff with reckless abandon. I think
He does,
would
doesn't
be
he?
able to. He has no fear. It seems like in his play. So I think Seeking's got as great a chance as anybody to bring down the Isildur Master at the moment.
Guys, if you want a new winter map, we've seen Bayo, we've seen all the others, but here is Stoke-on-Trent winter. Lovely.
Yeah, it's also slowing down here as well. We finally got it today for the first time.
London in the snow.
Bit late for Christmas, but it's all good. And
2 million people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
Still playing the IRL game of Escape from London. Haven't quite completed the tutorial yet. Still here. But yeah. Hope everyone's doing well across the country and across the world as everybody tunes in. And a bit of light-hearted KOTOR action to bring everybody together. It's no bad thing at all. And everyone thought online games and all that world would be so antisocial, Matt, but in a weird old way. It's the most social thing you can do at the moment.
I've finally gotten round the idea that this is like my friendship circle. It took me a while. I used to think, I've got to keep seeing my mates in real life. I've got to keep my rowing hobby because my gaming hobby doesn't count. But increasingly, it's very much like this is our dweeby little nerdy social life, isn't it? And we all congregate around killing each other in a World War II game and watching the competitive players play and, you know, having a laugh in 4v4. But it is like a little schism of social life, especially increasingly with coronavirus. So,
yeah,
it
helps
is
keep morale up and it's all good. So, yeah, long may it continue.
Right, we're going to have a 10-minute break now, lads. We are going to have a 10-minute break. As that guy asked in chat, we will celebrate the fact that AE made a tournament called Corona Cup back in March 2020, and yet here we still are. So yeah, we're going over to a 10-minute break now. We'll be right back with you. Cheers. Isolation has you feeling blue. There's only one thing left to do. The patch is out, let's play KOTOR. It's the Corona Cup.